All right, hello everyone. It's Gary here with Fed League Flash for Sunday, which is September the 8th. I'm actually recording this Saturday evening, but going to be posting this Sunday, get it out there nice and early. Nothing complex today, so I just wanted to kind of, change the scenery a little bit. But we're going to be talking about who our broadcasters are for this upcoming season for each team. Many are returning from last year, but in some cases, there's new teams, and so there's going to be new announcers. And I wanted to go through this because a lot of you, uh, there's constantly new fans coming in to the FPHL, which is really cool. And one of the reasons why is because you can watch the games on YouTube for free, which in my book, you can't beat free. So yeah, obviously, leagues like the ECHL or the SPHL, they have uh, streaming that you have to pay for. And one of the reasons why I think the FPHL has been so successful is because they introduce to you the product for free. Almost everybody that I've talked to over the last 2 years that have, you know, started going to games and supporting whatever team is because hey, I saw the team on YouTube first. I loved what I saw. I wanted to go to a game. And so YouTube is doing what it's supposed to do. In this case, it's drawing fans Um, in the past, some broadcasts have been a little rough, but they've been getting better as time has gone by. I've gone back and watched some games from like 5 or 6 seasons ago, and the quality of the production, both audio and visual, have gotten so much better over the years. Still a lot of work to do, but the product is improving. So, for you new fans, especially since we have 4 new markets this year, I want to introduce to you who the play-by-play people are for each team. All right, and we're just gonna go through the Continental Division and the Empire Division, and everybody in alphabetical order by last name. So that's the order that we have it. All right, first we're starting off with the Columbus River Dragons, and Tom Callahan does the play-by-play calling for the River Dragons. Probably the most experienced guy of all these people here. He's now in his 4th season with the River Dragons, but before that, he was working with the Nashville Predators. Yep, he's got NHL experience. So, yeah, Tom is excellent. Really enjoy the fluidity that he speaks with as he calls the game. And so, anyway, Tom Callahan, he's the guy that will be calling the River Dragons games on YouTube. He was also, by the way, the broadcaster of the year for the 22 to 23 season. So, yeah, the dude's good. All right. Next for the Monroe Moccasins. Well, we got a familiar name, but not with the same team. Obviously, Monroe's new. But Joseph Furtado, yes, he worked last year with the Baton Rouge Zydeco. I was really shocked when the Zydeco let him go at the end of the year. I really was, because Furtado is excellent at his job. So, anyway, he is going to be joined now in the press box by Pete Fricano doing color commentary. Now, both of these guys worked for Baton Rouge last year, so they know each other. They're comfortable with each other. They're going to be able to play off of each other very well in the coverage of the games. So Monroe's got some experienced people up in the booth broadcasting the games for the Moccasins. For the Mississippi Seawolves, it's John Clement taking the reins. Clement has been around the Fed for a little while, called the Elmira Enforcers for 3 years, and then went to the SP. Worked 1 year with the Macon Mayhem. Worked another year with the Vermilion County Bobcats. Rest in peace. Um, and now, uh, last year, he came back to Elmira, called the River Sharks games, and now he is in Mississippi. He also did some work with Barry Soskin in Baton Rouge, as Baton Rouge was kind of getting everything started and set up last year. So Clement's been around for a while, and he will be the play-by-play guy for the Seawolves. All right, next for the Baton Rouge Zydeco, new voice to them, Andy Petzinger. He's done play calling for the last 3 years with the USPHL's Chicago Cougars, and now he is giving his voice talents to the Zydeco. Um, if you tuned into the coaches show that was this last week, you got to kind of meet him and hear him speak. Really like his presentation. So yes, Petzinger is the voice for the Zydeco. The Carolina Thunderbirds returning this year after his debut year last year. It's Brendan Riley. It's the second year. He's also done play calling for the Winston-Salem Dash, which is minor league baseball. So he's quite versatile. And so yeah, that's excellent. He last year again was his first with the Thunderbirds, and he's coming back for more. So there you go. And finally, the Blue Ridge Bobcats. You got Brett Wiseman, who will be doing the play-by-play. His second year with the Bobcats, of course. Before that, he spent 4 years with the Carolina Thunderbirds, so he knows his way around a mic and a can of liquid death. But yes, Wiseman, very energetic, of course. You've probably seen him on some of the Facebook videos as he's been helping to show off the new seating at the Hitachi Energy Center. I almost call it the Apex Center. Old name. All right, so there you go. As far as the Athens Rock Lobsters, they have not yet named who's going to be broadcasting, so we're still waiting on that. All right, going over to the Empire Division, starting with the Watertown Wolves. I guess you could say the second longest tenured play-by-play man. That is Jeff Barrett, who has been with the Watertown Wolves. This is his 7th season now. His first season was nice way to start. You start a job and your team wins the Commissioner's Cup. So I know that was very exciting for him. He another guy with a lot of high energy, very entertaining. Jeff Barrett again with the Watertown Wolves. For the Motor City Rockers, it's Brady Beaton. Now, yeah, Ben Slaggy is no longer there, which I'm very sad about because I got the opportunity to meet Ben, talk with Ben. He's a great guy. We're gonna miss Ben, but Brady, he's been teaming with Ben the last couple of years for the Rockers. This year, it's going to be Beaton. I'm not sure if there's going to be somebody else joining him. That has not been stated publicly yet, so I don't know. But Beaton is coming back for his 3rd season with the Motor City Rockers. He was previously also covering the Prowlers. So Beaton has some good experience. All right, in Binghamton, it is Brooks Hill. Brooks is entering his 3rd season in broadcasting. His first year, I mean, he had never called a hockey game before, but he has progressed to the point where last year he was voted the broadcaster of the year. So Brooks Hill calling the Binghamton Black Bears games, and you can hear him there. In Danbury, it's Doug Latuca coming back for his 2nd season behind the mic. Latuca, before he was with the Hat Tricks, he called Syracuse University hockey for 2 years, and very very entertaining guy as well. Um, I really like his flow as he speaks and calls the game. Um, Number five, or the fifth one, yeah, Hudson Valley. It is Liam Walsh, and this is the rookie of the group, the true rookie, I guess you can say. Um, there's not really much as far as Walsh doing uh, play calling. Uh, his background is in filmmaking, writing, doing TV, and that's his background. His focus in the past has been on video editing. Apparently, the Venom saw something in his resume that they liked, and so yeah, Liam Walsh is going to be uh, taking care of broadcasting in Hudson Valley. And then with Port Huron, it's Will Wiggleman coming back for his third season. Uh, Wiggleman previously, uh, quite a career he had. He both played for the Hofstra University men's team and called the games for Hofstra University. So I don't think he was doing the same at the same both at the same time, but you know, Hofstra, excellent communications program. Wiggleman has really been the voice of the Prowlers, and he's done a lot of great things as far as expanding things with a weekly newsletter and taking care of the press releases and everything like that. Wiggleman there in Port Huron. The Dashers, still no broadcaster announced there. So there's two teams that we're still waiting word. Um, Athens Rock Lobsters and the Dashers. But there you go with everyone else. I wanted to run through this just so you are familiar with, again, who's doing the games. I always like to tune into whoever the home team is, because you get that feedback with the crowd noise and everything like that that kind of helps to play into the play calling for the announcer, which I just find it a very enjoyable experience. So if Columbus is playing Carolina in Carolina, I'm going to be listening to Brendan Riley's call. But if the game is in Columbus, I'm going to be listening to Tom Callahan. Again, these guys, most of them are coming back, from previous seasons, so they've got some experience under their belts. But remember, this is the Fed is a league that is designed to help move people up, not just the players, but also for people who are doing behind the scenes stuff like coaching or being a GM or doing play by play calling. So it's a great setting. Again, the league, just the way it's been constructed and put together and driven by social media, everybody's kind of bought into that. So it's a great step up the ladder for people who want to try and get the bigger job in future years. But in the meantime, they're perfecting their craft here in the Fed. As far as video teams, everybody's got different setups. Motor City, you have an automated camera that just follows the puck. But then in places like Binghamton and Watertown, they have a separate video team, separate from uh, the audio broadcast. So and again, there's another area where I think things have been improving. A couple years ago, some of the video production was a little sketchy, but I think it's come a long way. So anyway, YouTube, that's the way to go. How do you watch games on YouTube? Well, obviously, you go to YouTube. But the best way of finding out how to subscribe to your favorite team's channel is to follow them on Facebook and watch what they list. Baton Rouge changed their YouTube address for this season. All right. Whereas before it was just at Baton Rouge Zydeco. Now it is at Baton Rouge Zydeco FPHL. So if you try and log on to a Zydeco game with last year's address, you ain't going to see anything. Gotta go with their current address. So follow the Facebook pages very closely. Take note of when they post their links for their YouTube channel. Go to YouTube and type in whatever address you're given. Subscribe, and I always put notification. I click the notification bell so I know when a game's coming up for my favorite team, which I'm watching all the teams. So that's the way to go. So anyway, I hope the YouTube continues to be an excellent tool to help draw in fans. And if you haven't gone to the game yet, watch a couple more games on YouTube, and then make the trip down to the arena, take in the game in person. Quite an experience, I'm telling you. But anyway, that's a list of announcers, and I wanted to cover that so you're familiar and you know. All right, that's it for today. I'm Gary Ryan for the Fed League Flash. Next time we'll be here, well, not here on YouTube, but we'll be on Facebook Live doing news and notes on Tuesday morning. So until then, have yourselves a great weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.